Hey cousins, I'm back again, this time with some pretty good information for you, I feel. Something I haven't really heard too many people talk about is the education part of becoming a notary. We hear a lot about mentoring. We hear a lot about, join this class and this certification and all of those things, but we don't hear about like what am I doing besides taking classes. So today I'm going to share with you my little library as it pertains to Notary Public. So I'm going to get right to it, not going to delay the time. My first favorite for notary for my state is my Arkansas Notary Public and e-Notary Handbook. Now it's not thick, not much to it as far as size and weight and all that, but it's really helpful. It has the laws, the notary laws. It also has the e-notary laws, and it also has some of the, it tells you what your qualifications and all of those things are. But right here, it tells you what the powers and duties, identification, like how you identify a person, and the different notarial acts that you can complete. It also gives you sample verbiage of what those notarial acts include. So before becoming a notary, I didn't know the difference between an acknowledgement, a oath, or a jurat. Okay, first of all, I had never heard of a jurat. The other two, okay, I knew what they were. But a jurat, I was just like, never heard. Like, is that English? If it's not, okay, but like, what does it mean? So for me, this was pretty helpful, and I know it's always backwards or whatever, but it gives you like the little verbiage, what you're looking for. So when someone brings you a document, at least you can say you've seen this before and you know what it's categorized as. So if it's an oath, you have to actually ask them to, do you solemnly swear that the information that you're providing me is true to the best of your knowledge? Something like that, something along those lines. It's really good to have the person raise their right hand, because that puts a person in the mind of, oh, this is really legal. So little tricks of the trade like that. So that is my book number 1. My book number 2 is the Q&A Success Handbook for Notary Signing Agents. And then down here in the bright, it says, build a rewarding career by having answers to the most asked questions from NSAs. This is a book that was written or provided to me by NNA. I did purchase it. It wasn't free or anything like that. As you see, I have my tabs. These are the areas that I found to be most important. I am going to read the table of contents to you, but first I'm going to read you just a little synopsis of the book. It says, this Q&A Success Handbook for Notary Signing Agents is a compilation of answers to many of these common questions arranged under the following chapters. Number 1, starting out. Number 2, preparing for the signing. Number 3, carrying out the signing. And number 4, closing out the signing. Excuse me, y'all. So some of the areas that I highlighted or highlight, I never know how to say that, y'all. Like, I should just remove it from my vocabulary. But chapter 2 says preparing for the signing, and it's understanding the industry's most commonly used terms, which is very helpful, because if you don't know the terms, you're going to be lost. Like, people talk notary language like it's a whole different language. It's a HELOC, it's an ARM, it's a refi. And you're like, Google it. But, and if you Google it, you will get the answer. So let me just put that out there as well, because I definitely, when I've heard different signing agents mention different words, I'm like, okay, let me just write that down and look that up. Before I had my books, of course. So as the ones that I mentioned, the ARM, what is an adjustable rate mortgage, aka ARM? And then it gives you a definition, which is pretty detailed, and it tells you like the different types of arms there are, etc. And then the next one is like, what is a HELOC loan? And it says HELOC stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. It's a loan set up as an open or revolving line of credit. So that's pretty important to know. Next up, let's see, up here. What is a balloon mortgage? So you see where I'm going with this information. Like, they really go down to the minimal. Like, if you're not a homeowner, and I'm not, or if you're not someone that is well versed in this information, then this is perfect. It's a little handy. It's not too heavy. And it really gives you, like they say, the most commonly asked questions that NSAs have. And so once again, this book to me is really handy. It also has, so in my refi that I did, I had the owners were both trustees of their house. Okay, so understanding what is a rider to the deed of trust or mortgage, it helped because it let me know, like, what am I looking for? Okay. And then you have some of y'all, let me tell you, this is so funny. But so closing out the signing, when I thought of closing out the signing, I was like, okay, you send back the documents, etc. No, that's not what NNA is talking about. NNA is talking about getting your money, okay? Y'all, they have letters in here on how to collect. They show you, they word it for you, and they give you various styles of writing. It says, this is one of them. Dear name of recipient, your bill of blank is now blank days overdue. The total amount is due now. This is our second request for payment. If you would like to discuss payment arrangements, or if you believe this amount is incorrect, please call. So here's the thing. I have not been subject to these types of shenanigans yet, but I have definitely heard stories from other signing agents where they have to become collection agencies. They have to go out and hunt down their money for services that they have already rendered. Because what people aren't really talking about with this signing agent thing is that you do not get paid immediately. That guy with that commercial, loan signing agents get paid on the spot. He is not telling the truth. Not where I am, and not where some of these other agents are. Now, maybe where he is, but that's not national. So let me say that again. You do not get paid on the spot. For my refi, I have a 2-week, well, they pay every 15 days. So I got to wait 15 days. There are some that pay 30, that 45, 60 days out. I don't know of any others that do, how they do, but I've heard 30, 45, and 60 days. That's a long time to be waiting for your money. Most of us, we work where we're getting paid every 2 weeks or every week. So to know that you're doing a job today and you won't see this until the end of May, it's a little bit disheartening. So this book lets you know how to collect your money. If nothing else, it's good for that, which is good for other things too, but it's good for that. Next up is the Notary Signing Agent Certification Training Study Guide. Yes, this is the NNA's study guide for the certification. Now, did I need this book to get certified? I did not. But I'm glad I got the book because it has sample, this part is the loan documents at a glance. And what this does is it gives you the name of the document, presentation guidelines, like if there's anything specific you need to say about it. And then it also gives you additional information, which is a synopsis to help you better understand the document. So for instance, under mortgage, it says for signing presentation guidelines, this document is recorded in county land records as evidence of the lender's security interest in the property. Okay, you can actually say that to the person when you're handing them the document to sign it. It gives you a list of riders, and then it has additional information. For additional information, it's more than I'm reading, but I'm going to read you just a little short snippet just so you can see the clarity. It says, this is a mortgage. It is a security instrument whereby real property is pledged as a security for a debt. This is the one document in the package that is always notarized. Isn't that helpful? Now, if you have not seen a loan package, let me tell you, this right here is helpful because there's 200, when they say, y'all, it's 200 pages, they're not playing. It's 200 pages, some of them letters, some of them legal. And you have all these different spots where you're just signing. Now, is it hard to identify where you are notarizing? It's not hard, but you would be definitely amazed at how many people miss the spots where they're notarizing because they're so busy trying to get the signatures, okay? And y'all, some of the signatures, they're like, you know how in a book, let me see, okay. So you see how at the bottom of this book it has this line? There are some documents that have way down there, that's the signature line. And it's like, you could have missed that if you weren't prepared, if you didn't know to look for it, if you were just looking for, normal, regular doctors. Documents say, sign here. They don't always say sign here. So that is one reason I find this book very helpful. The other reason is, now I will say the documents are kind of small, or the lettering is small, or maybe I'm just getting old. Could be a compilation of all of the above. But in this book, it does give you the sample documents. So this document here is one of the MVPs, I call it. And this is the Notice of the Right to Cancel. Okay. So it's really good to, let me check. Can y'all see this? Right there. So on this document, it has all this information, and it says like your person's name under it, and it looks like a place that they would sign, but right above it, it says, I wish to cancel. Well, if you're not paying attention where they're signing and you've just, put a sticky note like here, sign here, they may sign in the wrong spot where it says, I wish to cancel. That's not what you want. They only want to sign there if they wish to cancel. If they don't want to cancel, then there's a section below that whole box that says basically that they acknowledge that they received the document. And if they want to cancel, they have up to 3 days to cancel based on the loan type. Let me say that. So this book does have various most common loan docs. So that, for me, that's what makes it very helpful. Like I said, I think the best part of this book for me is the loan documents at a glance. Because that synopsis, that breakdown, I've even printed those pages out. I carry them with me because, I carry them with me right now, like if I'm just going somewhere, so I could just kind of study. But I believe I'll be carrying them with me even as I continue my career. So that in case I need to look back at something, I have that to fall back on. My last book. I saved the big one for the last. Y'all ready? This one. Y'all see that? All right. Loan documents source book. Also from NNA. Oh, there was one more that I wanted to show y'all. Well, the other one is the Sign and Thrive book. It's not so much like a study guide. It's more of a... it's kind of more literature-ish, but it's still really good, very helpful, kind of let me give you the game type of book. But it's a good book, very well known. And the author is a YouTuber. I'll put his information in the description because I have the book and I think it's a good book. Okay, so for the loan document source book, let me tell you about this one. So first of all, if you can see, there are these silver little spaces. It breaks it up into the different sections, which that is not the different chapters. Okay, it has quite a few chapters, let me tell you. We have let me see if it breaks it down. Okay. It's only 7 chapters. Just double check. I'm sorry, I told a story. It's 13 chapters, and they're broken up into 2 different sections. So the first section is signing agent transactions, and that is refinance loans, home equity loans, reverse mortgages, sale and purchase transactions, and commercial transactions. So that's section 1. Section 2 is common signing agent forms. And you have like the occupancy affidavits, the compliance agreements, signature and name affidavits, conveyance instruments, notes and security instruments, notice of right to cancel forms, the U.S. Patriot Act, CIP forms, and then affidavits. It also comes with an appendix, of course, and an introduction. So this book, I would say, is like the big mama jamma of all of the, I don't know if it's all of the loan docs, because things continue to change, and this book's, let's see when it's published. This book is from 2019, so fairly up to date. So as of 2019, these are the loan documents, and it gives you information, as well as the actual, there we go. That is heavy. The actual forms. So as I stated, it's heavy. This is not one that you're just going to be carrying around with you. This is not that. This is one that's going to stay at the house. And yeah, this is going to stay at the house. As you see, it hasn't had much use. And that really is because this one, let me tell you which one it is. It's because the study guide, which is easier on my wrist, has most of the forms that I need to see right now. Because right now, as far as I know, I'm not doing like commercial real estate or things like that. So for me, this is the easier to pull out, to look at, to review, etc. When I graduate to more extensive loans, then that's when I will pull this one out. I have heard other signing agents talk about this book, and I think we all agree it is a good book. It's very informative, but it's just not the most convenient due to its size. But because it has so much information, you know, you can't, what else can you do but be big and bulky? And, you know, I mean, this is, let me tell you how many pages. Maybe that'll help. 570 pages of knowledge, okay? So like I said, it has all the different forms, and then it gives instructions and information on the forms. So it's very well detailed. So it's a good book. So that is my review of my library as a notary. What I have found to be helpful for me. My local book, y'all, I've mentioned before, this book is, I have it on my cell phone in my documents. I have it on my laptop in my documents. I have it on my tablet in my documents. And I have the hard copy because I'm not playing with these people and these laws. I'm going to get it right. And then my success handbook. All the questions that as a notary signing agent you can come up with, someone else thought of it also. And those answers are in this book. And then what it takes to, I won't say you have to study this to pass a certification, but I think this does attribute to success. That's what I say. Attributes to success by giving you the knowledge that you need. And then this is just extra. Just being, I told y'all before, I'm a little extra. This just extra. So, if you're looking for books, this is what I have. I wish you the best in your educational journey as you are progressing in your notary signing, loan signing, agent career, side hustle, extra money, extra income, whatever you want to call it. I wish you all the best. Have a great evening. Thank you for visiting Better Now with Erica. Bye, y'all.